Do you know that depression, anxiety, and stress can be overcome? Empower yourself through iQX Self-Therapy, a holistic, psycho-spiritual self-empowerment program to help you enhance your spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical well-being. Reclaim your energetic, optimistic, creative, and motivated self. And more importantly, realize your full potential. The 21st century, mental illness is skyrocketing globally. Today, the world is in a turmoil. Depression, anxiety, stress are most commonly afflicting our society and impacting our economy significantly. According to the World Health Organization, the estimated cost to the global economy is $1 trillion per year in lost productivity. Malaysia is not spared. According to 2015 National Health and Mobility Survey, 1 in 3, or 29.12% adults aged 16 years and above are struggling with mental health issues. This has tripled from 10.7% in 1996. In 2018, a Malaysian major daily reported by 2020, mental health would become the second biggest health problem after heart disease. Today, depression is the leading cause of illness and disability among adolescents. Suicide is the second leading cause of death amongst 15 to 29-year-olds. However, within the darkness, there is always light. There is hope. Hope is the heartbeat of the soul. iQX Self-Therapy will help you discover purification of the heart, purposeful living, holistic self-care, mind, body, heart, and soul. Embracing iQX 9 Habits and 9 Laws will help you become heart-centered, enjoy a psychological and spiritual well-being, and most importantly, you become self-empowered. You can now realize your full potential, cope with the normal stresses of life, work productively and fruitfully, and are able to contribute to the community, hence benefiting the society at large.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yeah, I'm sure many of you are expecting Elena to be here to be hosting this show, yeah, for many days today since we started. I think 1 week, subhanallah. Time flies. But unfortunately today Elena is what do you call this, having some family issues, to settle some family issues. So I'm going to be with you throughout the show, but not alone. Yeah. But like I said yesterday, we wanted to bring up a very, very special guest over the session. and for some reasons, for some technical reasons, we couldn't bring her on. So today I'm gonna give most of the time, on this show to our guest, Puan Zalina, Abdul Manan. And I'm going to be asking a few questions. And she's actually one of my previous students. She came into my class in 2016, kalau tak silap, many years ago. She came with her son, I remember, and she wanted her son to sort out some issues and all that lah, but anyway, we'll go into that a little later. And I'm just excited, I'm supposed to, usually Alina is the one who's welcoming people. I'm sure there's some people who are new here for the first time on this show, and especially today is Saturday kan, apa kita santai-santai je lah, nothing formal and all that. That's what I wanted this session to be. That's why we chose it to be at 5 p.m. because masa tu kita makan goreng pisang, minum kopi, and kita boleh sembang-sembang. So anyway, welcome back and welcome to those who are here for the first time. And thank you very much. We really appreciate that you're joining us today on our FB Live show, streaming iQX at 5 p.m. And we are really, really grateful for your precious time, And what we're doing every day, actually, iQX at 5 p.m. is a daily session, a daily show. And we are looking at continuously doing it for 40 days or more. And we always say 40 days and beyond, and that's a huge commitment. But insyaAllah lah, Allah will give us the orang kata the kesihatan, the health, and importantly, when you have the health, you need the motivation to do it as well. And I've never been so motivated, like I have been for the last 7 days, being with you every day at 5 p.m. And I believe Alina also feels the same way, And we're here to basically share with you this new program that I have developed, especially for people right now who are being challenged, not just because of the current pandemic, but this issue has been nagging for so long. The issue of depression, anxiety, and stress, mental issues. And of course, when we talk about mental health, mental issues, it is a huge gamut of all kinds of things, up to Oedipus complex lah, post-traumatic syndrome, macam-macam, ADHD. These are all comes under health, mental health issues, But we particularly want to narrow it down to depression, anxiety, and stress, and that is also an area that I am particularly have very what do you call that? I'm very passionate about right now, because I'm currently also doing my doctoral study, my PhD at this age. Some of you are already laughing, not for job promotion or what, but because of this program. On heart-centered what do you call that, heart-centered well-being is something that has been I've had interest in this for so long, psychological dan juga spiritual well-being. And I want to apa orang kata, to prove secara empirical, to conduct an empirical study so that I can prove that what I'm saying, the 9 habits, the 9 laws that I have developed memang has helped many people today overcome whatever shackles they have in their life. Tak semestinya anxiety, depression, and stress sahaja, But anything, you want to move on in your career, tapi there's something that's holding you back. In other words, you cannot fulfill your potential. You cannot maximize your full potential. And one of the definition of mental health, kesihatan mental ni, the definition by, of course, our international standard is World Health Organization. World Health Organization defines mental health is one, ada banyak criteria dia, one who can cope with the normal stresses of life. And the first one actually is one who can fulfill their potential. When they can fulfill their potential, they can cope with the stresses of life. They'll be able to contribute to the community and to the society at large. Yeah, and you will be able to work productively. That's also another criteria. Yeah? Work productively and fruitfully. Not just productive, tapi menghasilkan sesuatu. Yeah, if you can apa kata check this criteria of mental health ni, and then not only check, tapi also rate yourself from 1 to 10. Where are you? Kalau 1 being least and 10 being highest, yeah, healthiest. Ni least healthy, yang ini the most healthy 10. Where are you on that apa nama tu what you call that on that scale, yeah, 1 to 10 tu. So that's also a very good way of, kalau you're anything below 5, for me anything below 5, then you really need to find something, yeah, a way of how you can learn how to cope. Depression, anxiety doesn't happen just like that. Yeah, there must be reasons for it. Most of the research that I've done while writing my thesis ni is it is always caused by extreme. That means 10, 8 ke 10 lah, the stress level tu 8 to 10 on that scale of 1 to 10 to 8 to 10. Extreme worry, right? Something happens, things will happen in our life. Like I said, we will be challenged, right? But when you don't know how to cope with this challenge, itu yang tadi WHO says, WHO Health Organization says, you're able to cope with the normal stresses of life. So kalau sometimes stress tu dia normal, sometimes it's not normal. So what do you do? Right? And if you don't know how to handle that, itu yang. So that is the reason why I came up with this self-care, or I call it self-therapy lah. Yeah, iQX excellence self-therapy involving 9 habits and 9 laws that you and one of the things also when I did my research is kenapa stress, a lot of people cannot handle stress ni, or don't know how to cope with stress, and because of that it leads to depression, anxiety and many other things. Yeah, it's because life mereka tak ada structure, and very important in dealing with stress, anxiety and depression ini adalah kita structurekan life kita. There's certain things we need to do in the morning, in the afternoon, and that's why habits come in, very handy. They're not just habits, but habits ni banyak kita boleh, but after embracing the habits, we also, while embracing the habits, we must also be guided by some spiritual laws. There's certain things, spiritually that we must abide by, and of course as a Muslim, we have our book of guidance, and that is the Al-Quran. So we must be guided by what Allah says in the Al-Quran and in the Sunnah of our Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, so I'm gonna I think that's already a good introduction from me. I'm sure you will hear a different, or maybe a better introduction from Alina, because this is her area actually to host this program, and she has done a very what do you call it, outstanding. I must say she's been very outstanding over the last 7 days. So inshallah lah, I also pray that things are okay at home for her, that she can be with us again on the show tomorrow. And okay, so today I just not talk about a little bit about I woke up this morning, and I like many people, I have coach, macam-macam coach I have, one of them is, since I'm doing my PhD now, I also have a coach to help me, with academic research, with academic writing, and Dr. Wan Zumusni. Dr. Zhu lah, selalu panggil dia Dr. Wan Zhu. Dr. Wan Zhu is, so I woke up this morning, I got a message from Dr. Wan, and she shared with me, can we have the apa ni, Zul, the slide on, if you don't mind? Can we have the slide? Okay. Anyway, this the message, she gave me a newspaper cutting actually. Sorry, newspaper cutting of the state of depression at the moment out there in Malaysia, while this I think I have to bring myself up. Yeah, this is it. Yes, okay. I didn't see the the slide tadi ya. Ramai murung. This is from Utusan News. Ya, Utusan Online News. Ramai murung ketika lockdown. So kalau kemurungan ni, you're depressed. Of course lah, depressed duduk dalam rumah kan, tak boleh keluar. Petang-petang macam ni kalau keluar pun boleh apa, jalan berdua tu pun, distancing ourselves, all kinds of things lah. This is that new normal that we have to go through. And to go through new normal, it will take time to get used to. For any change, when any change happens, right, it will cause all of us a bit of an imbalance, discomfort. Yeah, that is just life. Life is such that when there is change, right, it is going to cause you some stress. But for many, the stress tu, dia kata apabila tekanan itu berpanjangan, when that stress, that worry, that uncertainty, in the VUCA world we are in right now, volatile, uncertain, ambiguous, chaos, kita memang susah nak predictable now, susah nak predict. Yeah, we thought, well, 1 year dah over, everybody was happy, life should be, back to normal by January baru ni, then suddenly it gets worse. We thought we could, orang kata beraya lah ya, tahun ni, as normal, but we couldn't. Yeah, so kalau tekan yang berpanjangan tu, not only COVID that we have to face with, but also keadaan yang akan bring us to a more serious mental issues, like depression and stress. And not only that, so I pun tadi bila when I got it from Dr. Wan, I went on the internet and I said, there are so many news articles on the subject of anxiety, stress, anxiety, depression, that's happening out there currently in Malaysian dailies, and this is from Tan Sri himself, Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham, the Director General of Health Malaysia. Masalah emosi adalah isu utama kesihatan mental rakyat. And I think Alina also shared with you yesterday kan, statistics by EMER, this think tank organization in Malaysia, right? So the research was done third quarter of last year. We were like about to get out of the COVID, the first phase, the first lockdown, right? And they did a survey. 72% of Malaysians are actually very, very overly worried about their mental health, yeah. And ini daripada this is from Berita Harian online. Murung tak dapat ke sana sini. Murung. The headline is murung. Kesan PKP yang tersembunyi dan membunuh. And this is what we want. We don't want. Na'udzubillah min zalik lah kita katakan, We hope we don't want to get there. But despite all that, the statistics before COVID ni pun, the statistics for suicide in Malaysia and in the world is subhanallah, I mean, it's just so concerning, And this is itu newspaper report, daily report from our daily report. Tapi yang ini from studies being done. These are academic studies being done by various universities. This is by University Technology Malaysia. Bersama dengan there's also it's done together in collaboration with a University of Turku in Finland. And also UPM. They all collaborate, a few universities, to study about the lockdown and factors associated with negative emotional symptoms, of happiness, apa yang can get in the way of happiness and work-life balance of Malaysian university students during coronavirus disease, and during the pandemic. And the conclusion is that it appears to have a very significant impact on university students' negative emotional symptoms, happiness and work-life balance, So that's from research our academicians, you know. Banyak lagi lah ni saya rasa, well, I don't have to, I think you all know about it, you know. Study finds Malaysian stress levels went up during coronavirus. This is a study done by University Pendidikan UPSI, University Pendidikan Sultan Islam. You know, the academicians are also coming in to do their research and all that. So what is the conclusion? The conclusion is, before it gets worse, you know, yeah, let's learn some self-care, and that's what IQ Excellence is all about. You know, to run through, to teach you, yeah, 9 things, 9 habits, and 9 spiritual laws that we all can live by, inshallah, yeah. And by just learning some of this, embracing, yeah, instilling, or kata structure into our life. With these 9 habit, 9 laws, inshallah, any challenges that comes in the way, COVID ke, whatever ke, yeah, we live to be challenged. That's what Allah dah promise kita, yeah. And what I'm basing this IQ Excellence module ini adalah based on Islamic psychology. Jadinya semuanya is based on the Quranic and prophetic Quranic teachings and our prophetic traditions. You know, semuanya adalah hadis-hadis. Semua tu, actually all masalah, ini masalah dalam dunia ni, dugaan, challenges and all that. The remedies, like yesterday, yeah, we talked about one of the antidotes and the remedies of stress, anxiety, depression ni is dalam surah Al-Ma'arij itself. Yeah, dalam surah Al-Ma'arij. And siapa yang ada, who was with us yesterday, you know, we went into that surah quite a bit, you know, yeah. And kalau you missed it, you know, you can go to our FB of Facebook page, right? And we also post yang current the recordings, yeah, of our show setiap hari. Once we finish, we put it up there, we leave it there for those who need. But you know what, we also welcome, we love to have you with us on this show, listening to us, join us, you know, live as well. Yeah. So I think that is it from me. I think I've taken more. I thought I want to take 5 minutes sahaja. Now let's hear from our guest today. Yeah. And I'm just so excited. Thank you so much. I call you DZ, tak payah puan-puan lah kita ni, you know, yeah, we're friends. Like I said, a lot of my students who came into my class, those yang take their life seriously and they really want to learn coping skills because they know, you know, challenges akan datang, you know, and they embrace those 9 habits and the 9 laws. So bila they embrace, as they embrace, they're also in touch with me. You know, Puan Fatia, this, that, you know, how are you? I've done this, you know, oh, I'm so glad, you know, that principle, you spoke about habit number 1, you're doing this, that, you know, oh, I am now enjoying the benefits of it. So when I hear that, you know, I get messages from my students, I feel like, oh, alhamdulillah. I just feel that alhamdulillah, I have been able to fulfill in the best, yeah, of mankind is those who can bring benefit to others. Yeah, and I hope when you listen and you learn some things from our show, yeah, or when you come into our class, you learn, please share it with your friends. Bring them on to this show. Encourage them to come and listen to us live as well. Okay, so let's hear from Puan Zalina Abdul Manan. She is currently working in a global energy company. And she's also a certified. She's been in the human resource. That's her passion, human resource capital development. Hi Zali, hi DZ. I call her by DZ lah. Hi DZ, how are you?
Hi.
Really,
hi,
so
alhamdulillah.
So great to have you on the show. Yeah. Sorry, Zo, can we bring down the slide and can we see? Yeah, all right, a better picture of DZ. Yeah? And DZ was in my class in 2006, right? DZ, you came into 01 with your son, right? Yeah. And
yes.
What brought you into that seminar? You know, into 016. You know.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much, Fatia, for this opportunity. And I believe that this is never a coincidence, it's all divine plan. And I'm so excited. I'm here in my personal capacity and also on my personal capacity as a certified coach to join you. I came in 2016. I was having some trials, a very big test in my life. So I came with my son, and I was looking for a program. I called another training company organization. I asked, is there any programs that's going on now in the country that I can come? And they know me quite well, and they know what I'm interested in. And they gave me QX, which was the first module that Fatia did as a joint venture. And I thought that was really something yang Allah nak bagi. Ya Fatia, sebab I always believe in Jalaluddin Rumi's saying that what you seek is seeking you. So insyaAllah bila kita trust Allah, kita ada good relationship dengan dia, kita selalu berserah sebagai hambanya, kita ni tak ke mana kita tanpa Allah, and you serah kat dia, everything your life is planned for you. And suddenly I got to know you, and whenever I attend something, I never have any preconceived ideas. I never even find out what is this all about. When I saw it, okay, let's go for this. So I became his classmate. And I think you asked who's the youngest in this room, and he stood up, and I think he got a big round of applause from people. And I still remember what you said. You are very lucky young man, because at this age you're already attending something like this, which is true. But it's never too late at any age to attend something for continuous improvement. And I believe that after that we continued to be friends, and we have common interests. We share the same books, we read the same books. And again, as I said, this part of the journey is divine plans. Yeah. So you are also a very positive person who never look at trenches of experience in life as something that impacts you, but rather we pick it up and say that, Allah, this is an opportunity. Engkau saja yang menduga, dan engkau saja yang tahu siapa yang mampu di kalangan hamba-Mu. Maka aku adalah salah seorang daripada dia, dan aku juga perlu melalui benda ni dengan pertolongan dan peliharaan dia, kita berjaya, dan actually to give back. Yeah, so when I was going through that experience, that personal experience, I sought help from the ustaz, from my psychologist friends, from everyone that I know, regardless of race, color, and religion. And we reach out, and I also become their shoulder for their issues and stuff like that. So after that, I just realized that, for everything that's been tested, there is always the solution. Al-inshirah, yeah, it says that, yeah, for every difficulty there is ease. But I think yang pentingnya yakin dan takwa. For example, we attend programs, and I like it when you mention about structure. As a human being, we definitely need structure. Kita pun ada rukun iman, rukun Islam. Kalau tak ada structure tu, nanti kita tak tahu, ya, the empirical, the processes. And this program really was impactful to me. After that, I sent my other children and son-in-law as well, which they, in their own way, it is something generic. It's like a system, but it is applicable to you. You know best. You know best how to apply it, right? Like, you talk about being grateful. Even if you read the Western theories in good bookstores, they even have a gratitude journal. They even have an app, gratitude journal, where every morning you put 3 things that you're thankful for. The moment you wake up, Ya Allah, I'm so thankful that you give me life today. You give a good weather. You give me food and shelter. After that, you go through the day, and then before you go to sleep, you pen in 3 more things that you're grateful for. One of it today, when I sleep tonight, is this session. Alhamdulillah, ya, Allah gerakkan hati saya untuk bersama-sama dengan Fatia. Dan ini bukan pasal satu kempen dan sebagainya, ini adalah satu testimoni dengan nama Allah yang mana telah membantu. Because masa tu saya amat-amat trauma, my health was affected. I'm quite a strong person actually, but I could feel that physically I couldn't take certain things, and I need to build back. So one of the things I did was to attend the program, as well as becoming a certified coach on my own. I spent my weekends, I invested my own funds for this, and I was probably the oldest in the class. So we could share experiences. And the most fundamental thing is to have respect for each other. I don't believe in this Gen war, I'm the last of the baby boomer anyway, so I don't believe in Gen X, Y, millennials must submit to the baby boomers. I think we learn from each other. We really learn. And kata pepatah Melayu, ya, hormati yang tua, sayangi yang muda. Because whatever it is, we've got to also know and embrace the fact that life is changing, as you said, VUCA and all. There are things that we need to quickly adapt, but there are things like values that we should go back. And this is wonderful because QX nails down to the religion and, of course, the practice, the sunnah, the seerah, and our prophet is the role model. I think Michael Hart wrote 100 top leaders in the world, and he's number one. If you really study about him as a character, that's the exemplary person, and Allah has to come in the form of a man, the perfect man. So kalau kita kata kita tak diajar, I rasa tak boleh kata tu. Sebab kita banyak sekarang ni, banyak sangat peluang-peluang untuk menuntut ilmu, such as this program. And for a Saturday, as you said, well, having our kappa, then we can talk about this. And I think we Malaysians must communicate a lot. I think it has improved so much during our generation, Fatia. When we went to the US, macam susahnya nak bercakap, duduk belakang-belakang kan. So we need to get rid of this. And when I went through this, when I was talking to one of the ustaz, dia kata, Kak Zalina rasa macam mana dengan dugaan ni? So I kata, saya bersyukur sebab saya dapat test yang besar from the University of Life. And I tell you, I said, I can help people better. Because if I've gone through something, for me to talk academically on text is different. But when you go through certain things in life, then empathy, and I think the experience people have with us will be the testimony. Because, you can just cakap lah, lip service kind of thing, yeah. So that's the thing. And sometimes I get comments or feedbacks like, I think you're too compassionate. I said, compassion is one of the 99 names of Allah. I mean, first of all, you must come in from being compassionate first rather than being punitive, or else you become very suspicious of people. And actually you are your own enemy. Kalau you pergi mana-mana dengan suspicion ke orang ni, dengan tidak memaafkan orang, you know again, it's not because kita nak cuba jadi baik dan berpura-pura, but that's how our role model was in his life. Always forgiving. Kalau kita dengar cerita-cerita dia, orang buat apa-apa kat dia pun, orang hina dia pergi suap makan, that old Jewish man and all that. So that's exemplary. And I also learned about respecting for diversity, which is in today's world. Yeah, there was a story, lebih kurang macam ni, that, there was a casket of a dead body that passed through, and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was with his disciples. So he stood up and his disciples said, kenapa kamu berdiri ya Rasulullah? Dia kata, sebab itu adalah jenazah orang bukan orang Islam, ya. And he said, Islam stresses on respect, regardless of race, color, and religion. I think that for Malaysians, we are already blessed living in a diverse country. Basically, we are quite harmonious and respectful of each other. If I think you must have read, in social media or friends posting personal experiences during this COVID-19 vaccination program. A lot has been said about, how careful, how respectful the volunteers treat people, arranging, the programs, facilitating. I myself, when I went to PWTC, I felt so touched and loved. And I said, amidst this global pandemic, a lot of things happen. And I choose to, talking about the article just now, as I say, I'm not prepared with any notes. I just want to talk to you from the heart. Anyway, Fatia is one of the people that I really, really admire because I know her closely. I get to see her and know her personally, and we continue the relationship for the past 5 years. So, dalam keadaan ni sebenarnya banyak benda yang elok-elok yang timbul. Sedangkan kita takut, stressful. I myself was sleepless during the Gaza attacks and all kan. At this age pun kita dah banyak makan garam tapi kita masih lagi risau when you see children because we have to embrace that's our fitrah. That's us being flesh and blood, being human, perasaan kita. So apa lagi kita nak buat? The only thing that we have is doa. And then you see people, COVID, you see real stories that people go and you read here and there and people are jobless, people don't have food and all that. It's really, really miserable. So we try our best. We spread a little bit here and there in terms of contribution, in terms of even kind words actually is actually like a painkiller to some people or even oxygen to some people. So in this pandemic, sebenarnya banyak peluang Allah bagi dekat kita. Kita tak tahu besok dekat Yaumul Mahsyar nanti, bila kita rasa timbangan kita ni berat ke mana, tiba-tiba you see something that you've never seen and tiba-tiba you're told is because of this kind deeds that you've done this and that with ikhlas. Kita tak kalkulatif, kita tak kira pun. Kadang-kadang kita buat sesuatu and somebody comes and Puan, terima kasih Puan, hari tu tolong anak saya, Puan bagi semangat dia dah tamat belajar. You know, someone was having difficulty in studies, someone that you meet, someone that you even meet at the marketplace. And I don't drive, I myself, I cannot drive from young. So there was a time when I always take cabs, yeah. So one day I took a cab and I saw this abang taxi ni lah nampak sedih. So I tanya dia, kenapa abang nampak sedih? Dia kata saya baru kahwin tapi isteri saya dengan anak-anak saya tak get along and all that. So I was talking to him, listening to him and giving any piece of advice. I'm not a trained psychologist. I only took some as electives because of my interest and I love human beings, human relations and all. 3 weeks after that, I duduk tepi jalan tahan the same cab again. And he was more cheerful. Dia kata, Puan, Alhamdulillah, dia kata, apa yang Puan nasihatkan, Alhamdulillah, dia kata. Saya kata sebab kita, kadang-kadang kita orang Melayu, kita tak bercakap, kita tak jelaskan, kita simpan, kita pendam. Apa salahnya kalau kita cakap dengan cara yang baik, di waktu yang sesuai, kita bincang satu keluarga, macam mana kita nak tangani aunty ni baru masuk dalam hidup kita, kamu pula kehilangan ibu, sekarang macam mana kan. So we try our best to do that and insyaAllah I think that's the best thing that we can do. It's just that I think it's our own limited beliefs yang mengongkong kita daripada buat sesuatu.
Absolutely, yeah. But Dizat, can I ask this? When you came into Quantum Excellence seminar in 2016, how was it easy? Maybe you can share with the audience. You know, sometimes say, Allah ada 9 benda nak kena, banyaknya 9 habits, 9 dah boleh ingat ke? But let me, maybe you can share with them. Was it easy or was it that difficult to do those 9 habits and 9 laws? Have you, before coming into the class, have you seen a structure, a system like that? You know?
Oh, okay. All right.
In the class and you have, after learning, you were able, together with your whole family, right, embracing and instilling those habits. And I could see, because the outcome of when I wrote the module and all that, I said the outcome of this module is to develop people to become heart-centered. As you know, in Islam, the 90 degrees lah, hablu minallah, your relationship kita dengan Allah. You know, that is what Islam is all about. Yeah, the 3 I, ihsan, Islam, iman. Yeah, but a lot of people forgot. Yeah, that because you and I, we study in America, kan? Yeah, kita tengok, Mak Saleh, they are all so much of hablum minanas, relationship with people. Wanting to help people, doing charity, doing macam-macam. There was this one Egyptian scholar many years ago, I think, I can't remember which century, Abdul something. I went to the West, I saw Islam. And then when I come back to the East, I saw Muslims, but I don't see Islam. Kita tak practice apa yang kita preach. Kita buat banyak ritual. So when I went through that, and I, of course, adalah banyak things happen in my life, and I said, we all must learn the habluminanas part of Islam, and that horizontal perhubungan kita dengan yang lain-lain. Look at us, you and I. We met sekejap je. One time, 201, but because we are very, very habluminanas, in our heart, that, that relationship continues sampai hari ni. So I'm just wondering, was it easy for you to embrace those 9 habits and nine laws? Have it helped you to become a better person? You sounded so heart-centered to me. So in other words, that was yang I nak daripada my program tu. Alhamdulillah, I see it in you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
As I said, first of all, if we must train ourselves. If we are going to learn something or meet someone for personal or professional reason, make your heart and your mind clear of any perceptions. So when I went there, when you asked me this question, only today that I thought, is it that difficult? I seriously didn't think of that. Yeah. So I was like, So when we go through that, and I promise everyone, if for those who are going to participate, sangat-sangat rugi kalau tak participate, because yang benefitnya kita dan orang sekeliling kita, orang yang kita sayangi. Actually, when you go through this is a structure. In order for it to be effective as a program, there must be some steps and how you build on it. It's a building blocks. But actually, when you go through it, sebenarnya you akan kata, I've been doing this. Cuma kita tak linkkan benda tu. Kita tak nampak. We don't put a closure. Sometimes we learn things bit by bit, but we need a structured system, tested, and institutionalized in order for you to understand and internalize better. Sebab kalau you tengok benda, tapi you tak boleh kata common sense, because I know I do trainings and all that, kan? So sometimes orang kata, alah, you cakap ni semua common sense. Some people punya in their minds lah, kan? Tak pernah lah yang kata depan-depan. Tetapi kita rasa, no, what you cannot say is a common sense. It's something that it connects. Most importantly, it really connects. And when you go there, and of course, as I said, I'm a believer that no such thing as coincidence. You akan jumpa juga orang-orang yang bersama dengan you, sama-sama sedang mencari sesuatu, ataupun memang dia tak ada masalah, dia nak belajar, ataupun dia akan jadi the catalyst for change. And this is a very strong fundamental for Habluminanas as well. Sebab bukan semua orang yang dapat berpeluang untuk pergi, for example, when we had that, it was a physical training. And now it's virtual, so it's spread all over Malaysia. This is, I kata, hikmah COVID-19. Sebab masa the first round tu, we are blessed to live in this century. It's like 1 in 100 years. And the first round, I thought that I was in Mekah. Makan, tidur, ibadah, tak turun bawah. Your life is so focused. So focused nak buat sembahyang sunat, nak mengaji. Memang tak ada alasan sebab you dah tak boleh. My favorite spot is Jalan Tuanku Abdul Rahman, and I miss it so much. But we have to remember that Allah nak bagi ni ada benda, and I'm sure after this, when this is all lifted, besar ganjaran rahmat Allah nak bagi. And I would like to share, I don't know whether you yourself remember, during your first program, there were fillers of in between the breaks and all, right? There was this story yang diceritakan. I'm sure people who were in my class remember. Diceritakan tentang seorang hamba Allah yang macam di hari pengadilan, dia kata, Ya Allah, aku beribadah kepadamu selama 55 tahun. Maka masukkanlah aku ke dalam syurga-Mu. Dia kata, tetapi dia masuk ke neraka. And he keeps saying that, Ya Allah, aku beribadah kepadamu 55 tahun. Kenapa tak boleh? Satu hari dia cakap.
Diza, is 500 years, bukan 55 tahun.
500, is it? Yeah, I remember the 5 figure. And then dia kata, last kali dia kata, dan kalau, Ya Allah, dengan rahmat dan kasih sayang-Mu, masukkanlah ke dalam syurga-Mu. And dia masuk. Maknanya at the end of the day, it is nothing. Kita tak boleh claim apa-apa pun kecuali ikhlas dan rahmat dia. So I was thinking, wow, that's powerful, because this QX and combined with that and and of course now it's referring a lot to Quran and Islamic psychology. I think that's wonderful. It's a complete life, dan bukan nak buat kita jadi rasa eksklusif, kita rasa bagus, kita rasa baik. Not at all. In fact, we should be humble and we want to learn some more and be exemplary to everybody. Like the scholars said about, you know, when he goes to the West, he sees the Islam, the way of life, the mannerism, the consideration, cara bercakap, semuanya. I tell you, probably if we've really embraced that, will be what we call the Quranic generation. Like we are the walking of what Quran describes how a Muslim should be.
Betul, yeah. And lastly, I want to ask you is, you know, you came with your son, and the next training, like you brought your daughter, your two daughters, right? Two daughters, and also your,
and yeah, my son-in-law. Yeah.
So as a family, and you know, your other children, did they find it easy to follow? Did they benefit a lot? So as a family, you're like to me, QX family actually. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
What a blessing. Yeah. You, in other words, you speak in the same language because you go through the same system, the same structure, and all are now the outcome is being heart centered. Yeah. Alhamdulillah.
Yes.
I'm just so happy for you and your family.
Yep. So yes, we love to learn things together. So we speak the same language on anything, any subject matter, for example. And we very much love this kind of topics in terms of self-development, ya. Sebab we always believe that setiap ujian yang Allah bagi tu ada sesuatu hikmah di sebaliknya. And when it comes to QX, we talk about this. We can use the terms. I don't want to spill so much about, you know, you, because so that, you know, you will discover yourself when you go through the program, which I really want to, I would say, encourage lah. Saya sangat-sangat encourage, terutamanya waktu ni, seperti yang Fatihah cerita tadi pasal keadaan sekarang, you know, kemurungan, which is natural. Tetapi kita bersedia. Kalau kita tak murung ke, tak depressed ke, join juga, because you'll never know that you can help people through this, and also you can enhance yourself. And there's always people around you. For example, during this time, even on my own, not on any monetary basis or what, I'm always talking to people, or sometimes ada yang datang tanya macam mana dia nak buat keputusan. Kadang-kadang you know, manusia kan boleh menanas a kind words of encouragement. You don't underestimate the little efforts that you make. Actually goes a very long way. You know, you cannot say that, because sometimes, you know, pada kita tak ada apa sangat yang kita tolong tu, tetapi kepada orang-orang yang memerlukan pertolongan, tak semestinya dari duit ringgit, dari secebis nasihat, atau kita dengar masalah dia, kita bagi sedikit masa kita invested. I think that is really critical, and I really hope many people will join this, and for sure you will get something out of it, and it is to prepare you for something. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Just one line, that you know, when you attended this, you know, I mean, now the IQ Excellence self-therapy is more meant for people with stress, you know, anxiety, depression. But I suppose you believe that those 9 habits and the 9 laws will help people who are facing these challenges as well?
Definitely, Fatihah. Mungkin, you know, the first 1 hour, 2 hours, you're absorbing and all that kind. The first, how do we go about it? And then I would say just come in with open mind, open heart, and open soul as well, and go through it, and things will just fall into the right place. Seriously, and do not macam have this doubtful thinking like, betul ke benda ni boleh tolong? Sebenarnya sangat boleh, because this is the principle that's given to you. You know, once you learn and master that, you can apply to anything in your life. apatah lagi kalau dah buat. Macam kalau you orang yang rajin bangun solat malam, because kadang-kadang bila kita at work pun you rasa you dah tak tahu macam mana dah you cakap dengan orang ke, you just malam-malam, I call that session berbicara dengan ilahi. There's one book by Tok Guru Ni Aziz, nama buku tu pun berbicara dengan ilahi. So you have conversations, you talk to God, He's your creator, and you can be at your most vulnerable. And this is the laws talking about success, prosperity and all that kan. There's a lot of things yang sebenarnya bila kita nampak macam benda tu satu structure, macam kita nak belajar teori physics, chemistry, biology, I think we are haunted by that kan, mana? Tetapi sebenarnya benda ni pasal life, pasal benda yang kita lalui, dan benda tu akan jadi sangat natural. Dan cuma kita akan while we are listening to you, we are connecting. Oh, I see. Oh, so this is the part. Oh, no wonder. And then you remember that. So, insyaAllah, cuma saya tak nak spill the bean sangat. Saya sangat excited dan saya sangat sokong. Sangat-sangat berterima kasih, the whole family. Allah has given us the opportunity through Fatia, and of course the time and all, semuanya dia yang tentukan, as I always say. So, it is meant to be for us. It is meant to be for our development, and we have left that state and we are doing much, much better. Alhamdulillah, we have built our lives again. We have, the family grew and all that. So, semua tu berpaksikan kepada asas kita.
Yes, Diza, I also heard that you found a new man in your life, to spend your life together. And I hope that some of the habits that you embrace, help you to look at life differently and found this.
Inshallah, with full humility.
Congratulations.
With full humility, kita tak rancang apa-apa, tapi Allah bagi itu sebagai satu tanggungjawab juga. You must remember benda-benda tu lah. Kadang-kadang kita rasa boleh ke kita buat ni, boleh ke buat tu. Kadang-kadang the shackles or the past in life brings you down. But I think bila I have talks with my children, kalau kita rasa kenapa macam ni, kenapa, when you persoalkan benda-benda tu, adakah kita tidak trust in Him? Because someone said to me, I know the time is finishing up, Fatia, but someone gave me a very impactful, simple but impactful. Dia kata, Kak Zalina, bila Kak Zalina solat, Kak Zalina angkat tangan, apa you fikir? I kata, Allahu Akbar, Allah Maha Besar. Dia kata, when you angkat tangan tu, you serahkan segala-gala. Macam you see in movies, like when people put a pistol at you, you surrender. So, surrender to the most majestic, the most beneficent, and He's the Lord of the universe. So ingat tu saja. Kalau kita rasa ada terlintas perkara-perkara buruk, rasa buruk sangka kat orang ke apa, you ingat balik, you are nobody. You are not in the seat to punish or judge people, but you come with peace, and insyaAllah, kalau you ikhlas, that aura will be with you, and you will be helping people, and not for any rewards, especially material rewards, insyaAllah. And the most rewarding thing is the peace of mind and a good sleep and good friends and networks, like what we are talking today, insyaAllah.
Thank you so much, Diza. I would love for you to, be with us, longer, but I think we're running out of time. Thank you, and thank you for still keeping in touch with us, and keeping our relationship together and all that. And I think our audience have learned so much from you, and more importantly is how, and I just want to tell people that over the last 7 days I've been talking about this and that, Islamic psychology and all that, right? Important is, okay, someone has embraced it, applied it in their lives, have they benefited it? And I think obviously you have done it, and not just you,
insyaAllah.
And I look forward to having
more to learn.
Putri and Dr. Nabil on our show, someday soon, and also Karina, right? Karina, your daughter. Karina, thank you so much, Dizat. We'll be in touch. Thank you,
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone. Maaf Zai batin, andai tersalah cakap apa-apa. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Lizette. Okay, audience sekalian, we've heard that from Lizette, yeah, our orang kata live testimony lah orang. I always like people who come to my class, you go out, do it, and then enjoy the results because your life will change as the result of that. And more importantly, kita tak mau life kita saja change, but we want other people to also benefit from it because we want you to also bring benefit to others. Barulah kita boleh jadi real. Orang kata khalifah ni first, we fix ourselves to become khalifah or vicegerent of Allah ni yang kita dah janji masa we were in spirit form lagi ya. Kita janji Allah, yes, I'll be your khalifah, I'll be your vicegerent. But how do you do that? Fix yourself. That's self-leadership. Once we have fixed ourselves to become, someone who is of heart. Why heart center is important? Because itulah yang Allah akan menanya kita nanti, right? I said Surah Al-Syuara, right? 88, 89, that, on the day whereon, no wealth. Harta that means nothing. Your sons means nothing. No sons, no wealth will matter to Allah except for the sound heart that you bring to Him. And why being heart-centered is so very important. And I hope that, yesterday, Alina, talked about the 2-hour insights. Yeah, and I don't get a chance to, let's see, some comments. Who's on our show? Yeah, there's Azimah Mahidin. Yeah, Azimah was also my student. Hi, how are you, Azima? Yeah, we haven't been in touch. Oh, Rahana, you're also on the show. Thank you so much for being with us. And of course, Puan Muni and her husband, Fazli, has been very loyal. These are all my raving fans from my class. Yeah, Alhamdulillah, to be able to see them on our show. And yes, do come and join us for these 2 hours insights. Yeah? And please visit our website, our landing page, www.iQX.asia. Yeah, www. Can we bring up the slide, Zo? Yeah, www.iqx.asia. Yeah, I've mentioned about this statistic study. 72% of Malaysians are worried over their mental health. Yeah, and we have now reached to that level. Itu yang I think Tan Sri our ketua pengarah pun are worried about this because of that statistic study. Yeah, so we'll be having this free special insights for 2 hours. Yeah, on depression, anxiety, and stress, and how we can use these 9 habits, 9 laws. Yeah, as a self therapy, self care, penjagaan diri. Ya, itu satu sistem. InsyaAllah bila kita semua follow sistem ni, ya, we will be challenged, tapi insyaAllah we will know kita akan menghadapi challenge itu dengan a very calm heart, hati yang tenang, ya, hati yang penuh dengan ikhlas, yang dia kata reda, ikhlas, and also bersyukur. Yeah, that Allah will never send us anything yang tak elok, that is bad. Yeah, everything is good from Him. Yeah, and visit www.iqx.asia, and as you scroll down to nanti klik lah, we need your details and all that, and we'll get back to you on when is the event and everything else. Yeah, so please, not only for you, go and share this with your friends out there. Yeah, and 2 jam ni we'll have a more interactive what do you call that, 2 hours, yeah, with our audience. So thank you so much for being with us this afternoon, ya, petang ni, and I hope that tomorrow Alina will be able to be with us and host this show again. I also missed her already. I said, tak apalah Alina, you need to take care of your family at the moment. So please doakan if you know her. Some of my audience here also her friends, if you know Alina, please pray, that everything will be fine in her family, yeah. So thank you so much. We hope to see you tomorrow, yeah. Thank you. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May Allah shower us with, His blessings in abundance. Thank you. Ameen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.